Hey guys, how are you doing? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Lesson number 9 today. We're gonna talk about row level security and object level security. I'm gonna explain everything in details with several examples. Just let me know if you can see me, if you can hear me, if everything is clear, okay, so we can start. Let's see, who is in here? Cesar Padovani, as always, thank you, my friend. Who else? André Marinho, another Brazilian. Only Brazilians today? What? No. Yes, we can. Okay, nice. Where are you from, guys? Where are you from? Let me know in the chat. Let's wait a little bit for others to arrive as well. Who else? Let's see here. New York City. Nice. India. US. Romania. Nice. Very nice. Another one from New York. Canada. Brazil. UK. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here. Let's start. Let me just change my screen. Right there. All right. So, the topic for today, for this session, is security, how to restrict data using row and object level security. And object level security is something very new, okay, from this latest version. And I'm gonna explain how to configure this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There is a button right here, right on my side here. And also hit the like button so others can have access to this content as well, all right? Some important notes for those who are arriving today, for example, and don't know how this work here in our channel. So all my videos in English, they have this tag, EN, for English, okay? So you're gonna find videos in English and videos in Portuguese. So to find our English videos, just look for this tag. And also, there are, in the description, I left some links, okay? So you can find our other lessons, other sessions in English. So check the links in the description, as well for the blog. There's a very nice blog with several articles from our lessons. All right, all materials I leave in this link. So right after the session, give me 5 minutes after the session, after we finish, that I'm gonna place the link in here. The materials in this link. Let me show you. So the materials are gonna be in this link right after this session. All these links are in the description below. Deal? Are we good? Pennsylvania, Croatia, Italy. I was in Italy last year. Very nice. Very nice. I loved. Canada, another one. Okay, guys, so let's go. Let's start. Row level security. Oh, first of all, let me ask you this, okay? You know that I like to talk about these 7 pillars for mastering Power BI. So we always have to extract, transform, model, perform some calculations. Then we create our visuals. After this, after we finish our report, we have to share with others, which is the 6th phase, right? And then we just configure our schedule refresh to do all this process automatically. So from those 7 pillars, which one do you think we're gonna talk today? Where does row level security and object level security, they fit here? In which one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7? Tell me in the chat. Let me know. Screen is not visible. Change the resolution in the button right below the video. 6, yes, 6, perfect. 6. All right, so that's the goal. The goal is the following. We're gonna create one single report, and then when we share with others, those users, they're gonna consume different information. based on rules we create in our report. Okay, so we have to create on one single report we can share with different people so they can see different information according to their profile, to the rules you apply. Okay, so let's go. Let me show you here our first topic for role level security. I'm gonna just go with this and in here. Let's suppose we have a report with country in this matrix, total sales, all right. And let me just create another visual for sales over time. Sales over date. Okay. And let's use our data labels. There you go. And also a card. A card up there for our total sales. Let's change the currency for this, okay? Let's suppose it is in dollars. So click on the measure, go there to currency, English, United States. There you go. All right. Now, let's suppose we have three different managers, one for each country, France, Germany, and United Kingdom. And I want to share with those three users, three managers, but they can see only information from their country. So before publishing this report and sharing with them, I'm going to create here under modeling and manage roles. I'm going to create a rule here, a role with a rule. So let's create three roles. Yeah, 3 roles. One for each country. France. The name here can be whatever I want, okay? I don't need to create the same name for the same country. Germany, and I'm gonna create as UK. For every single role I have here, I have to create the specific rule. I have to apply a filter in a table to filter that value, and this filter will be propagated across the relationships. So before creating this, let me show you. No, let's create first. UK. The country column is here under customer. So go there in these 3 dots, add filter, and let's create a filter in the country column. There you go. So for the UK, I will specify the value for United Kingdom as United Kingdom. There's a very nice question there from Raul. What if I have more than 2,000 users to consume? I'm gonna explain later. So what I'm doing here in this step, is creating 3 roles, and we call this as static role level security. So I am predefining the roles up front. If you have, as Raul has, millions or thousands of roles, there is no way to do this. Okay, there is no. It would be impossible to do one role for each country or for each user. So we're gonna see later the dynamic role level security. So this is static role level security. Later we're gonna see dynamic, the dynamic version. All right, country equals to United Kingdom. Germany. Let's go to add filter country, add here as Germany, and France, customer, then filter, country equals to France. All right, save it, and now let's test first. Before publishing, let's test. How can I test? Just go here to View As, and let's see how our France manager would see this report. Okay, France. All right. There you go. So when this user logs into Power BI, in the Power BI service, this user is gonna see only France in the report. That's correct. Let's stop. Let me show you what happens under the hood here. So let's go to the model view. Okay. The row level security is nothing more than a filter that I apply in a specific column or more columns. I can write any expression there. It's just a DEX expression that I can write however I want. The filter I applied was in here, in the country column, alright? So when I apply a filter in this table, as I have this relationship, the filter will go to sales as well. So applying a filter under customer will propagate to sales because I have this relationship. Let's see this working. Let's see in the data tab how many rows I have in our sales table. Sales table. Okay, I don't have any filter being applied right now. So in the sales table, I have 690 rows. Let's go to modeling, view as, and let's change now to UK. Okay. All right, let's go there again to the data tab. And now you can see that my sales table has only 261 rows. So a filter that was applied in the customer table went through the relationship and filtered my sales table as well. That's it. A filter that goes through the relationships. Now let's publish this report and see how this works in the service, okay? In the Power BI portal. Let's publish, save it. And now let me choose whatever I want here. I'm gonna choose my workspace here, whatever. For my courses. Now let's open our browser. Let's go to powerbi.com. And just to be very clear, all right, when we share reports with others, we must have the Pro license. Pro license. No, that's how we write, right? Pro license. I must have a Pro license to share, and the user also must have the Pro license, which costs $99.99 per user per month. All right. There's no way to apply row level security without the Pro license. That's very important. Now let's go to Power BI service. Let me find here my workspace. There you go. And this is the report I just published. We have the report and the data set. The permission, the security is applied in here, data set. Okay, so there is an option here for setting their security. Let's go there, 3 dots, security. Click there, and now I have my 3 roles there. So for every single for every single user that I'm gonna share this report, I must assign a role to that user, and I can use here, for example, a group email if I want, or a security group. So let's suppose I have a user with the following email: demo. Okay, so I have this demonstration user. Okay, so that's the user I'm gonna share with this report with. Let me add, save it. Okay, and now let's create another. Let's open another browser. to log as the user, to log in as the demo user. Let's go. So this browser, I am in another window, logging as demo user. Let's suppose the demo user is our UK manager, all right? And let's see how this works. Of course, I still did not share the report, so that's important. When I'm back here at my admin view. The fact that I just included this email here does not share the report yet. So I have to share the report before checking the report. Okay, so let me go there again, under courses, and now let's share the report. So go here to share button. Let's add our demo user there. Let's share. Now it's okay. Now I can go to the other window. There you go. So here is the demonstration window. Let's go to shared with me. And let's find our, where is it? There. PBI lessons data. Click. And I can see information only for UK. Great. That's how it works. Some important notes. What if I share the report? What if I share the report and I don't specify the role to this user? So let me go back to my admin user, which is this one. And let's suppose I forgot to assign the role to this demo user. So let's go back to data and also to settings. Sorry. Security here. Let's remove from UK. Let's save it. And now let me go back to the demo user. And I will press F5. I'm gonna refresh. Refresh. Something went wrong. Okay, so I don't have permission to see any data because I'm not in a specific role. I'm not in any role actually. So let's close it. Let's go back there. I can specify now again the demo user here, and I can use more than one. I can assign more than one roles if I want. For example, let's suppose I can assign UK and France to the demo user. Add. Save it. Go back here to the demo user, press refresh again. I'm gonna see 2 countries. There you go. France and UK. All right. Now, let's do the following. Let's do the following exercise. Let's suppose now, for some reason, I went to this workspace and I added my user here under access. Okay, so I'm gonna add the user in the whole workspace, in this workspace. So let's add this user as, for example, a member. Okay, I'm adding this user as a member from this inside this workspace. Add. So the user is here, the demonstration, close it. And now, what do you think this user will see here in the report? Tell me in the chat. I just added the user, this user here, as a member in the workspace where I have this report. What's gonna happen? Anyone? Help me. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna refresh, and this user, I think, will see all data. Yes, no, sorry. Let's do it again. All data, there we go. It was cached. So this user can see all data because this user is a member from the workspace. So remember, if you assign the member, admin, or contributor functions, row level security will not be applied to him or to her. So you must assign as a viewer only. If you change to viewer, then row level security will work. Okay, so viewer is the only option, the only function here that row level security works. But I don't recommend you to add viewers as to add viewers in the workspace. I prefer to share as I did before with the share button. It's better. Okay, always try to include people here that will help you develop the model or the reports, not viewers. So I don't like this option, but you can use, but I don't like it. So let me remove the demo user there. Okay, now let's see the other option for filtering for row level security, which is the dynamic row level security. Let me change to my desktop. All right. Now let me think about this. Now, the problem is the following. Let's suppose our users, they can see information from different customers. The restriction is in the customer column, not in the country column. So for example, let's go there to our data tab. Let's see our customer table. And I have here 360 rows or 360 customers. And my users, they can see different customers. Some users can see, I don't know, 100 customers. Other users can see 12 customers, and so on. We have different roles, different rules to different users based on the customers they can see. So I no longer have 3 options only. I have 360 options. So imagine this. You have to create one single role for every single customer and then assign the users to the correct customers. Won't work, right? Impossible. So that's what Raul told us before. In this case, we must apply a filter in a different way, using the email that the user is gonna the user email. Okay. So for example, let me show you. What we must do here is to change our model. So we have to create or to bring here 2 other tables. One table for the users. So I must have a table for the users. Okay. Users. So I have user 1, user 2, user 3, and so on. So for example, our demo user would be in this table. And I also must have another table, which is a bridge table between this customer and this user's table. So it's a bridge just to do this assignment. User 1 can see customers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. User 2 can see customers 3, 4, 10, 11, and so on. So a table with 2 columns: customer key, and user key. Then I would create a relationship between those 2 tables and a relationship between these 2 tables here. All right. And in this table users, I must have the user email. Because when the user logs in the Power BI service, I can see, Power BI can tell me the email from this user. And with this email, the filter will be applied to this table, that goes to that table, that goes to that table. Okay? So I have here my users table that I did this before, of course. I'm gonna open here, and I'm gonna provide this table as well for you, okay? And in our case, I have only 2 users, myself and the demo user, okay? So all users that you are gonna share with, they must be here. And I must have their Power BI account email. And the other table is the following. Just a match between customer key and user key. And of course, for example, customer 396, more than one user can see, maybe, okay? So in this case, I can have a many-to-many relationship between user and customer. One user can see many customers, and one customer can be seen by many users. So it's a many-to-many relationship between user and customer. Let's see how to work with this in Power BI. Let me close. Let me go to Power BI. Let's create a connection with this Excel file. Users. Where is it? Okay. Let's click here, user, customer. There you go. Let's load. I always tell you to transform data first, but in this case, they are okay. Let's see here. Let's go there. So there you have it. Remember, we have our user table, user customer, and the customer table. Let's see how this works. Let's create something different here, which is the following. I'm gonna place, instead of country, okay, let me use user name, the column name from the user. Okay, first thing, you can see the numbers are the same. They are equal to the total. Why? Let's check our model. Let's go there. You can see the following. The relationship, the column that I used was name. Okay, so here you have this column. Okay, this column can filter my user customer. You can see here from the relationship. But this table, this filter will not be propagated to the customer table because of this direction, which is to that table only. So let's change here to both. Let's change the cross filter direction to both. And there is something very important here. When you apply row level security and the both direction, you must check here. Otherwise, it won't work. Okay, let me show you without this check, because it's important, and later I will explain the why. Click OK. Now I can go there again, and I can see different numbers. And you might wonder the following. You might be thinking that these numbers are wrong, but they're not. Because you cannot sum these values, okay? You cannot sum values from many-to-many relationships. So what this number is telling us is the following. That user 1 can see the sales from all customers. How do I know it's from all customers? Because the value is equal to the total. And user 2 can see customers, can see less customers than user 1. But you cannot sum these two values up, okay? You cannot sum up these values. It's correct, it's not wrong. Let's see the following now. Let me create another row there. Of course, I must delete all these three because I'm not gonna use the static version anymore. Delete, delete, and delete. And now my role is much simpler because all the rules I am applying in the Excel table, in the user customer table, and not here in Power BI. That's why it's called dynamic. I can change dynamically in my source. So let's create one single rule, very simple one. I will call RLS, and the filter will be applied in the user table email column. Okay, Power BI has a function, the DAX language has a function, which is the username function, that will grab the email from the user and pass here as a filter. Okay, so I apply this filter in the email. So this filter will be applied here in this column, email. It propagates to this one, which goes to this, which goes to that. So one filter being applied in the email column will reach here. Okay. Let me see here what Alex asked. You want to use the static filtering, but you could, right? In other words, are we able to use both static and dynamic? It doesn't make sense in my opinion. Doesn't make sense. You should choose one, or either static or dynamic. I never used both together. Okay. Now let's test. Let's make a test here in our dynamic row level security. Let's choose user 2. Okay. Let's choose user 2 here under modeling, view S. Now you do the following. You must apply the row level security, but you must change. You must what's the word? You must pretend you are the demo user. Demo at okay. I'm just faking the user. Okay. Didn't work. Oh, worked. Why? Oh, worked here. In this table only. But you can see the number there is not correct. It should be this number here. User 2 can see only 525 million and not this. So where did I what did I miss? The following. In the relationship. Remember I told you here? This is important. Click there. All right. When I go back, I hope it is okay now. Yeah, now it's correct. Now it is correct. So that's how you configure dynamic row level security. Fine. Let me see here. Yeah, there is another function here for, instead of username, it can be, our friend there told us in the chat, it can be actually user principal name. Let's see what these functions they return for us, okay? User principal name. User principal name, is that correct? Yeah. I'm gonna create a measure right here. New measure. I will call this username equals to username. And another one, new measure called user principal name equals to user principal name. Let's check this in our visual, in our report. Let me create a table and use those two values. And I can change from maybe discard. No. Okay, that's fine. Just let me go there like this. Okay, they give the same result. Okay, I don't remember the difference actually between those two functions, but you can check the documentation to see which one is better for your case. But I think they work the same. Now let me stop viewing this role. Okay, let's see. Now it changed to my local user. So my local user, my machine name is Karpinski, and my user is called Dell. Okay, so this is my local user. But then when the user logs in the Power BI service, this function will return the email, his email or her email. Thank you. Thank you for the suggestion. All right, now let's do the following. Let's talk about the object level security. So we just finished our topic for role level security, which you can, of course, as I said, you can use either static or the dynamic version. The dynamic version is used mainly when you have too many options for too many roles to create, okay? And the static version you can use when you have less roles to create. Fine. Now, let's do the following. Let's suppose that in this particular report, we do not want to restrict the rows. So for example, what happens here when I apply a filter in a column is that our table gets smaller in the number of rows. Okay, so I filter the rows. But let's suppose I must filter or remove a specific column from the user, or a whole table from the user. So the user cannot see the table or cannot see a specific column in a table. Then you must apply something different, which is the object level security. And Power BI still does not have the option for configuring this OLS in the UI, okay? So there's no option for configuring in the interface. So in this case, we must configure using tabular editor. So for object level security, you must use, at least for now, okay, tabular editor. So tabular editor is an offline editor, okay, for tabular models. You can download in this link, very easy to install. And you can manipulate and manage your model using this software, let's say, this app, whatever. Let's try something here. Let me think about this. Let's suppose I cannot show, for example, the product table for someone, maybe, I don't know, or the user table, okay? Sorry, the customer table, yeah, that's fine. Let's suppose I have some users that cannot see the customer, any information from the customer. They can see the sales, they can see the products, but they cannot see the customers. So let's launch under external tools our tabular editor. Can you use DAX Studio too? In this case, no. Tabular editor only. And first, before that, let me go under modeling and create a new role, okay? So you create a new role. It can be an empty role here, okay? So just create it. For example, no customer. No customer. Save it. Do not do anything here. Save it. Go to tabular editor. And how do I refresh here? I think it's gonna be refreshed. Yeah. So you can see under roles, no customer. Just go there, no customer. And under table permissions, you can, for example, change the default for customer to none. change to none. Save tabular editor. Okay, so this change was reflected to my report here, to my model. Now let's test. Let's view as, and let's suppose I am a user now that I will apply this no customer rule to. Okay, there you go. Here I had a column from the customer table, which was the country column. So in this case, this visual was it's broken now. This visual is broken. So I must, as a model author or a report author, I must be aware that some pages or some visuals can be broken when I share this with this OLS, with this object level security. So you must be aware that maybe you have to create different reports for different people. Otherwise, the user is going to see a broken report. And of course, the user will complain about this. So be careful about that. There's no way to not broke the visual if you specify an object level security to a table or a column that you are using here. Okay? So be careful about this. Let me see here. Okay. Let me change the stop viewing. Okay, you can see under the model that I do not have the customer table anymore. I don't have the customer table anymore. That's what happens when I share this report and I specify these roles. All right, let's now stop viewing. And now let's change a bit. Let's, for example, let's suppose I have another user or other users that cannot see only the customer column, the name of the customer. They can see the country, they can see their keys, but they cannot see the name of the customer. Let's create another role called no customer name. Like that. Just save it. Go to tabular editor again. And now you cannot specify, you cannot change a column inside here, inside the roles, okay? You must find a column under tables. Let's go to tables, customer. So this column. Now in this column I will change the object level security. I will change to specify that this role will be none. All right, save it. Okay, and now let's do the following. Let's just check this column here. So pay attention to that column there, because I'm gonna view as no customer name. Let's see. It disappeared. Okay, so I don't have this column anymore. It's like this column never existed before. So be very careful. Okay, be very be aware that if you use that column in a visual and you specify this role to a certain user, that visual will be broken. Okay, I think we are done. Let's see questions. Is there page level security? Very nice question. Page level security. There is something you can do. There is no option for doing this in a native way. You must do you must perform some techniques, special techniques to that. You can do that. I think there are some blogs, some articles that did that. Let me find here. because to show this right now, okay, I can show this right now. Let's try. I'll try to show in the end, okay? Page level security, let's keep to the end. Let's see another one. Why I can't see security in Tabular Editor? Maybe you have to install it again. Install Tabular Editor again, the newest version. Then you can see this object level security there. Maybe the version only, okay? It's something new, very new. Oh, another one, very good, very good. I remember another very important thing to say, which is the following. Can I apply row level security and object level security together? You can, but only in the same row. So let's create another one, or maybe let's change here, for example, our RLS row. Okay, so this row here, I'm gonna apply the following. Let's cancel. I'm gonna apply another thing under Tabular Editor, which is here. Let's suppose that our RLS cannot see as well the product information, product table. So I have already a row level security being applied, okay? And now I am gonna perform another operation here to hide or to delete, exclude our product table. None. Save it. All right, so RLS, this role here. Modeling, view as, RLS. Let's suppose I am the demo user. And let's press OK. Sorry, didn't work. Okay, I cannot apply. I cannot change here the email. Okay, but view as manage roles, something new here right now. If I publish this to the service, it's gonna work. So let's suppose the following. Let's see in the service here. It's better. I'm gonna create another visual down there to use a product information, color, for example, like this. Okay, color. So I have here product, color from the product table. Let's publish, save it. Okay. Let's change our let's replace, that's fine. And now let's check our demo user. Let's check our demo user. Here I am in the demo user. Yes, demo user. Refresh. Let's see what's gonna happen. No, of course. I have to specify. Oh, why did it work? Let me see the following. I didn't specify. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't have permission for this report, of course. So I have first, I forgot to specify the role to this user. So let's go back to the admin. Now let's see the data set, security, RLS, demo user, add, save. Right. Now here again, let's check. Do I have access to this report? Let's share again. Let's share this report again. Share with the demo user. Share. Fine. Let's go back to the demo user browser. Shared with me. PBI lessons data, and let's see now. Yeah. That's what I expected. Okay, so the numbers are filtered. So I can see only the customers. This user can see only the customers, the user can see. So it's a smaller, it's a different number. And this visual is broken because it uses something from the product table, a column from the product table. That's it. Okay, it works. So I can combine row level security with OLS in the same, only in the same role. I cannot use more than one role. Can we perform RLS in tabular editor? Maybe, yeah, I think so. Here, RLS. You can, yeah. You can specify under here. There's no reason for that. If you have this in the Power BI interface, it's easier, right? Only for all object level security, it's better. You can see, you can perform only here. Okay. Questions, guys? Questions? Or maybe I go with the page level security. Is there any way report level security under the workspace? No. There is, actually, because you are sharing in the wrong way. You can do the following. Instead of giving access to the user here, you can create an app. When you create an app, you can uncheck the reports you don't want to include in that app. That's how you perform report level security. Of course, there is only one app for each workspace, so you have this restriction. Otherwise, you share report by report, one by one, and then you specify the users one by one. Okay, let me show you now page level security. Okay, so let's suppose we have two pages, page 1 and page 2. Page 2 only that information there. Page 1 all information but this. And I must have a home page. And of course, if I want to perform page level security, I must hide those two. Hide, hide. In here now, let me remember. We have to create a table for our pages. So enter data. I'll call this page 1. Page key. I always like to use a key for every single table. 1, 2. And here, the page column, page 1, page 2. Here is the page name, which must be exactly the same name from there. Okay? So I'll call this pages, load. And now I must have a column or a table to specify which pages the users can see. So for example, enter data. Very similar to the customer user, now it's a page user. Nice. Page key or and user key. Page key 1, user key. Let's suppose user 1 can see both pages. Page 1 and 2, user 1 can see. And the user 2 can see only page number 2. Alright? So I'll call this page user. Load. Now let's create our relationships. Relationships between pages, page user. Let me just organize a little bit. Same thing here. Filter that I will apply a filter under pages. Go here, and must go there. So must reach this column, this table. So change to both and apply. The user is configured for row level security. Why? I already have. Let me think about this. I already have something here. I'll change the following. I will create. I think I cannot apply this role there. Of course, I'm changing here. I'm trying to combine two different. Let me make this easier, okay? I'll remove this RLS here. Delete. Save it. Now I can change to both. Okay. All right. Now the user goes there, and let me think about this. I don't know if it's gonna work. User goes there. I'll try. Let me think about this. User can see. Actually, it's different, right? Let's try. Okay. And now let's do the following. I'll have here a slicer, okay? And in this slicer, I will use our page 1, page 2, and a selection control, single select. I can select only one page, and a button right there. There is a button I can create under insert, buttons, blank. Where is it? There. And this button can do the following. Button text. Let me call this go to page. The destination now is the following. Now we have to perform the following action. Okay, we go to the page navigation. Which one? The page I select here. So first, let's create a measure called page selection. Page selection. Selected value. Page. Let's create a card just to check the number is correct. Page selection, page 1, okay? Let me remove here, yeah. When I change to page 2, it changed the value there. So I will use this measure in this button here. Action, destination. Instead of this, create a function. Make this dynamic. Based on field page selection. All right. Let's check first before applying the security. Page 1, control click. Yes, page 1, there you go. Let's go back. Let's go to page 2. Go to page. Correct, it works. Now, let's suppose let's apply the security for the demo user. And the demo user can see only page 2. So page 1 cannot be in this slicer. Now I can apply a role for page navigation. And I will apply this filter under user, okay? The user table. Let me think about this. User table. Yeah, it's correct. Add filter, email. Now let's use username. Okay, username, save it. Now let's see if this is gonna work. I will try to view as page navigation, other user, demo at. Let's see if page 1 goes away, disappears. No? Sorry, let's see what happened. User, there you go. Our user is filtering. Oh, sorry, I did something wrong here. It's the other way. Here it must be single. This relationship here must change. I apply a filter. Actually, I apply a filter here, okay? So go there and must reach there. So let's change this one to both. Apply. Okay. Now let's go back there. And now it worked. So it works, and I think I didn't need to remove that RLS that I had before, because I was doing something wrong before. Now let's do it again. Email, username. There we go. So it works. This user will not see page 1, so the user cannot go to page 1 in any way. Perfect. That's it, guys. Why what? Questions? 5 minutes for questions. Let's go. Can we use formula which refers to a flag in user table? If that flag is true, show all rows, else apply filter. I don't know. Maybe. Let me stop viewing here. Remove this. Okay. I'll copy this to there. Save it. Any questions? No questions? If we don't have any questions, I'm gonna finish the video. Three, two, one. Okay then. Thank you very much, guys. This was lesson number 9. I hope you enjoyed. So next week we have another one. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, go there to our Telegram group, okay, because I always give some other tips for you as well. Thank you very much. See you next week. Bye-bye.